Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio. Welcome to Hunting for Answers, a true crime podcast. I'm your host, Hunter. In Fort Lauderdale, Florida, a young mother finished her shift and left work. It was the kind of day that should have ended the way many others do. Leave work, pick up the kids, go home. But that day, she never arrived at the daycare. Her phone went silent. The car she was driving would later be found without her. And in the hours that followed, a simple question began to grow. What happened between the end of her workday and the moment she disappeared? This is the story of Trukita Scott. Trukita Jaquita Scott was 24 years old when she disappeared. Family and friends called her Kita. She was a mother of 2 young children. By many accounts, they were the center of her world. Her days followed a routine: work, picking up her children from daycare, and going home. Reports say Trukita was also working toward a future goal. She wanted to become a police officer. About a week before she disappeared, reports say she participated in a ride-along with a local police department. It was a small glimpse of the career she hoped to pursue. At the time, her life appeared to be moving forward. But on June 25th, 2014, that routine suddenly came to a stop. Reports indicate Trukita was last seen around 2:00 p.m. after leaving work in Fort Lauderdale. The next step in her day should have been a stop at the daycare. But the afternoon kept moving, and she never arrived. At first, it could have been anything: traffic, an errand, a phone that needed charging. But as the afternoon turned into evening, the absence became harder to ignore. Media reports and family members say Trukita sent a text message to her fiancé that day. The message was short. She told him she loved him. It would be one of the last messages anyone received from her. Not long after, her phone stopped responding. Family members say the phone appeared to go silent around 4:00 p.m. When Trukita did not arrive to pick up her children, the daycare called her family asking why she hadn't picked them up. That was the moment they realized something was wrong. According to her family, this was completely out of character. They say Trukita was devoted to her children. Her family reported her missing, and an investigation began. As investigators looked into Trukita's disappearance, they also searched for her vehicle. Media reports indicate Trukita was driving a gold Nissan Altima. About a week after she disappeared, police found the car abandoned in Miami. But Trukita was not with it. And with the discovery, only raised more questions. As investigators continued looking into what happened to Trukita, they spoke with people in her life, friends, family members, and others who knew her. Media reports at the time indicated that the father of her son had recently been arrested in an unrelated incident involving an alleged attempted kidnapping. Trukita's mother told reporters her daughter had been afraid of him. However, authorities have not publicly named anyone as a suspect in Trukita Scott's disappearance. And to this day, no one has been charged in the case. In the days and weeks that followed, Trukita's family began speaking publicly. They asked for anyone who may have seen or heard something that day to come forward. They said she would never just disappear like this. And they continued hoping that someone, somewhere, might know what happened. More than a decade has passed since Trukita Scott disappeared. For her family, the questions have never fully gone away. What happened between the end of her workday and the moment her phone went silent? Where did she go? And does someone, somewhere, know what happened to Trukita Scott? Anyone with information about the disappearance of Trukita Scott is urged to contact the Fort Lauderdale Police Department. Contact information is listed in the show notes. As we close this episode, remember, sharing her story helps make sure Trukita Scott is not forgotten and keeps the focus on finding answers. For more cases and updates, follow Hunting for Answers. You can also connect with us through our Facebook group and find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Reach out if there's a story you believe deserves attention. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Until next time. Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network. For more podcasts from the Black Effect Podcast Network, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.